Many of Hillary Clinton's supporters are dramatically escalating their attacks against FBI Director James Comey as part of the damage control effort following Comey's disclosure that more emails possibly relating to Clinton have emerged. Democratic Congressman Steve Cohen of the state of Tennessee is the first congressman to call on Comey to resign immediately, and he joins me now. Good morning, Congressman. Why exactly do you think James Comey should resign?
What he's done is put the FBI in a position that it's never been in. The FBI director is supposed to investigate and keep his judgments quiet and not get involved in elections. What the director did by making this statement at this last moment, really kind of a shocker, which has been used by the Trump campaign, makes us look more like Eastern Europe than America. This election has been very unusual. FBI Director Comey should not have taken this position. He should not have made statements because he knew they would be seen as inflammatory based on the sensationalism of them coming out of an Anthony Weiner account, based on the way Trump uses information, and based on the whole miasma of this election and this email controversy. So Comey, somebody that I've respected over the years and stood up for and spoken out for his actions during the Ashcroft, well, really, it was the Gonzales card effort to influence Ailing and U.S. Attorney General Ashcroft. And while he's made the right decision, even though he went too far this summer in not indicting the secretary, what he did here was just wrong. It's something the FBI director needs to exert extreme control over themselves not to get involved. And he just made a mistake. And I think he should resign because he's damaged the FBI's reputation.
Well, Congressman, many Democrats supported, even praised Director Comey when he announced that there wouldn't be an indictment of Hillary Clinton. Now, many of those Democrats, including you, are obliterating him. Couldn't you say, well, you liked him when he wasn't going after Hillary, and now you hate him when he's not?
I don't hate him. I like Jim Comey. I think Jim Comey is a good person, but I think that he went too far. And I think that in the position of FBI director with a 10-year term, we give a 10-year term to the FBI director so they can do their job and not be involved in politics and not feel pressures. I think he went too far. Justice told him not to get involved. It violated Department of Justice procedures. And everything he knows as a lawyer is that a courtroom is a place where you have to take extraordinary care to make sure that there's a fair trial. An election process, the same thing. FBI directors do not make these statements. This summer, yeah, I thought he made the right call, but I thought he went too far in his sidebar conversations about Secretary Clinton. And when he went to the extent of saying that she was excessively careless, well, that wasn't his position to do that. That was something that was not the FBI director's job. In fact, he's been excessively careless now. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, I guess, based on the result, but I didn't like the way he got to the process in which he got to his substantive decision. This time, he's gotten himself involved in an election that could have terrible effects on the world's
All right, but
political
Congressman, in terms of excessively careless, Paul Ryan said it. If you take us back, Hillary Clinton has no one to blame but herself, is what Paul Ryan said. She is the one who, sort of created this original sin, whether it be the commingling between the Clinton Foundation and the State Department, the email server to begin with. Hillary Clinton did put herself in this position.
And she said it was wrong and she wouldn't have done it if she had it to do over. But that doesn't absolve Director Comey for getting involved in what is, he knew his statement would have been on the political stage with Donald Trump in this unusual election and the way that, I mean, Donald Trump takes anything, takes an ounce and makes it into a Grand Canyon. And when you have the mix of Anthony Weiner in it, it's got all the sensationalism, and Director Comey should have known and was cautioned not to get involved, and he shouldn't have gotten involved. It took restraint, and it takes a great person with great judgment to exercise that restraint. He failed the test. Having failed the test, I think he needs to resign for the good of the FBI, for the reputation of the FBI, and for the good of justice. He made a serious mistake.
All right, Congressman, thank you for joining me. There is an argument to be made that Director Comey was between a rock and a hard place. Had he come out 2 weeks from now, we would see very similar outcry of a different kind.
The FBI director is always put between a rock and a hard place. The reason he's chosen is because he can navigate that difficult terrain. He failed.
All right, Congressman, thanks for sharing your candid thoughts this morning.
You're welcome.